Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a streaming freedom video bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today's Skyrim mod showcase on the PS4 is part of the ReShowcased series. These are mods that I have previously shown on the channel before, and in the case of today's ReShowcased mod, Ring and Scrolls of Quest Fixing, the reason that I am showing it again is because after going back and checking the original video that I did on it, I realized that quite a lot has changed since that original video that I wanted to cover for you here. Now it does need to be stated that I do not currently have any broken quests, so because of that, in order to show the scrolls working as intended, I will have to go ahead and cut back in footage of the original time that I used the scroll to fix the quest, The Reluctant Steward, meaning there will be some spoilers for that particular quest that you need to be aware of, but there will be a small section of the original video contained within this one. I will also be showing what happens if you use a scroll on a quest that is not broken, or at least one that is not to my knowledge that I've had stuck in my quest log for years and that I don't care about. With that said, let's see how to find this mod. So in order to find this mod, you want to bring up the search function with L1 and type in Quest Fixing to the search bar. You'll see it right here. The name of the mod is Ring and Scrolls of Quest Fixing. It is by the Mod Author LBGSHI, and the mod description in part reads, on the counter of the Riverwood trader in the town of Riverwood is a ring and strongbox containing scrolls forged by the 9 divines to save us all from broken quests, the Ring and Scrolls of Quest Fixing. And if you are going to download and install this mod, I highly recommend that you read through all of this here, the entire description, as well as the notes section, which you can see right here. And at the very bottom, there is contact information to be able to get a hold of the mod author on Discord if you would like to do so. Now that you've downloaded and installed the mod, you're going to make your way to Riverwood, and for you new players, that is located right here on the map. It's one of the very first areas that you come to in a normal playthrough. Whiterun is right here, and the starting area Helgen is right here. So as you can see, you can pretty much get these right from the start if you need them. And you want to make your way to this building located right here. This is the Riverwood Trader. The Ring and Scrolls of Quest Fixing are located inside. So you should see a strong box, which is called the Strong Box of Quest Fixing, right here on the counter, and there should be a ring of quest fixing right in front of it, right about here. For me, oddly enough, the ring isn't pushing me out of the way while I'm trying to showcase this, asshole. For me, the ring is floating here in the air for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's the game's physics, so for you it shouldn't be doing that though. It should be right in front of the box, but if you don't see it, then you might have to kind of look around if the game's physics is going odd on you too. In any case, when you open the strong box, you'll see that there is a book of quest fixing and a copy of 20 of these right here. This is very important to have, as well as this, which is new from last time. This is a Force Speak. Now I haven't used this before, but the way I understand it here, I guess if an NPC loses their ability to speak, this can try to force them to do it again. So, but the main thing that we're going to be looking at is located right here, which is these. These are what will fix many of the broken quests for us if we need them. You have a quantity of 20 of these, and also something I wanted to point out that is different from the last time this was showcased. The mod author has gone above and beyond, making this very easy to understand now what scroll goes to what quest. Before, the book was an absolute necessity, which I would still highly recommend using this book, as you will see here, before attempting to use any scroll, but this is much easier to understand now. Very much appreciated. Now, some of the things that have changed since the original showcase that I want to go over is, first of all, the Ring of Quest Fixing. Originally, I thought it didn't work as intended, but it does, but it only works for certain quests and under very specific conditions. So take, for example, the Dawn Guard quest, A New Order. There's a bug with Gunmer that after you help him to defeat a bear, you're supposed to be able to direct him to join the Dawn Guard, and he says that he will, but with the bug active, he won't actually leave the area and the quest marker over his head won't disappear, allowing you to continue. So for that particular quest, you equip the Ring of Quest Fixing, speak with him, the dialogue will initiate correctly, and he will then leave the area, allowing you to continue on with the quest line. So always check the book to see if the particular item that you need is a scroll or the ring for whatever quest might be broken in your playthrough. Now the other change that I wanted to go over has to do with the scrolls themselves. In the original showcase you only had a quantity of 1 of each of these, but now you have 20. So if you cast the scroll and it didn't work because perhaps you were in the wrong area, you could try again. You always want to try to cast these though near where the quest would be finished, which you may have to look up online. Now I don't currently have any quests that are broken in my playthrough, but what I do have is this right here, Belithia's Calling. This is an evil-sided quest where I'm supposed to take a follower that trusts me, lure them to the shrine, trap them there, and kill them. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I would never do that. I think that is really fucked up. I hate this quest. I've been trying to remove it for years out of my quest log. But since I can't do that, I'm instead gonna use it to show you what happens if you use the scroll on the quest that, at least as far as I know, is not broken. And, by the way, you never want to do what I'm about to do. Never use these scrolls on either quests that you have not started or quests that are not broken, because you could break your game in other ways during the playthrough. However, let's say it actually is broken, then using this book, this would be the proper way to go about trying to fix the quest. First, you want to look up what the quest is that is broken. So in this case, we're looking for Belithia's Calling, which is located right here. And reading through this, you'll see that the ring does not come into play for this particular quest, but 3 different scrolls do. Now the correct way to use these scrolls can vary quest to quest. In this one's case, for example, all 3 scrolls will simply finish the quest. However, there are other quests where perhaps the particular scroll is for an exact section of the quest line. So always make certain to read the entirety of the particular quest that you are going to fix to know the proper scroll to use. In the case of Belithia's Calling, what we are looking for is located right here, and there are 3 that you can see. There is QF Belithia's Calling Stage 50. This is the first scroll, and if that didn't work, you were then to try Belithia's Calling Stage 100, and finally Belithia's Calling Stage 200. Now, because the quest isn't actually broken, I'm just going to take one of the stage 50s. However, if the quest was broken, since the book indicated that all 3 scrolls simply finished the quest, I would have took all 3. Depending on what the book stated would be what scroll I would take. And also, whatever scrolls you don't use, you can go ahead and store them back safely in the lockbox. You could also pull all these out and keep them on your person if you want, because they don't weigh anything. But if you did that, you'd have to be very careful that you didn't accidentally cast one and break something. So I would suggest just leaving what you don't use here in the quest fixing strongbox. In any case, before showing you this scroll, I want to show you the proper way to use it on a quest that was actually broken at the time and show you how it is fixed. But in order to do so, I do have to cut in footage from the old showcase, which you will be seeing right here. Now that I'm over here in Solstheim, this is where I want to go to activate the scroll. Equip it like you would any other scroll for the spell to be on the particular hand that you choose, and then simply cast it. As you can see, it now thinks that I have found Verona's body, and I can now talk to Neelith. I would highly suggest doing this in and around the area that you are supposed to be doing the missions. If you're supposed to be doing it in Skyrim, do it there, and if you're supposed to be doing it here, do it here, just to be on the safe side. So the footage that you just saw was a scroll being used in the correct intended way on an actual broken quest that was broken at the time. It allowed me to continue from that point on, and I was able to finish that quest line. However, now we're going to use this scroll at this point on 1, a quest that I don't believe is broken, and 2, is also in the final stage of the quest before it would be completed. Now please keep in mind that I've never actually completed this quest, so I don't know exactly what would happen, but from the research that I've done, I believe you're supposed to get an item, or Belithia is supposed to speak to you again. And I've already done this once. I've actually reverted my save so that you guys could see what would happen. So I know what's going to happen right now. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and equip this spell to my right hand. You could equip it to either. And before I cast it, I'm just going to make certain that they're not near that pillar just to be on the safe side, because I don't want anything happening to them. Now, you'll see that it says I've completed the quest. However, Ayla, would you please stay away from that? However, if I bring up the quest log, you'll notice that it's no longer here in the active quest. It was filed somewhere around down in here. I don't know exactly where the hell it's at, but the little white diamond by the final part of it will not be checked. It'll still be like it hadn't been completed. It just sticks it down there. And you'll notice that Bethesda isn't talking to me if she is supposed to, and I don't have any item. So this could possibly be from either one, using it on a quest that wasn't... Okay, we're getting down from here. Anyways, one, using the scroll on a quest that wasn't actually broken, or at least to my knowledge wasn't, using it improperly, could have caused me then to miss out on whatever particular item or character speaking to, finish the story. Or it could possibly be that since this was the final section of the quest, maybe using the scroll simply causes to get out of your active order, but you're not able to finish the story. I do not know, but I know if I check that, again, it shows that it is not here, so it does consider it finished, but not actually sacrificing anybody. Then it doesn't show the little white diamond by that part of it, and no character speaks, no story finishes. Where in the case of the Reluctant Steward, when I did that one, it did simply allow me to go ahead and speak to Neelith and continue the quest line, and I was able to see the story as intended. So that was something that I wanted to point out that could possibly be from using a scroll incorrectly, which is why I highly suggest never doing what I just did on something that isn't broken unless you know it's broken. Or that may be on particular quests that just to finish them up, that is going to be the outcome. So as we finish the video, a couple of troubleshooting things I could say, because I did get a comment about that on the old video for the box not appearing. First of all, when you download and enable the mod and reload the files, if the box doesn't appear, check to see if it's actually enabled. Sometimes I download a mod and when I think it's enabled, the game for whatever reason has disabled it, so that could possibly be what happened. Check to see that it's not getting overwritten by anything, possibly move it all the way down to the bottom of the load order to see if it will work in your loader. And if you have a mod that greatly alters the interior of the Riverwood Trader, maybe it's conflicting with it, but otherwise, once you download and enable it, it should automatically appear for you in the Riverwood Trader. You do not need to wait any length of time for it to appear in the cell. Anyways, I hope that this video helps you out with the updates to this that I didn't notice till just the other day, the first time that I used it on Bethesda before I reset my save back to this point to show it for you guys. In any case, thanks for watching the video. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.